everybody, welcome here. This video is going to be specifically on the lowest common denominator classwork. This will be a great review for you if you're getting ready for the test this week. I'm going to go over the strategy least common multiple and multiplying the denominators to find a common denominator. Let's just dive in here right now. So here's frame 1. We have 1/4 plus 5/6. All right. You can always pause the video, try to solve it for yourself, maybe on a piece of paper, and then compare your work to mine. So you can pause it right now. All right, so let's continue. If I'm going to solve this right away, I'm going to look, I see the denominators are not the same, and therefore I cannot add these two fractions together until I change them. So the first strategy here could be to convert these to money or time like our previous lessons. But this classwork is going to be specifically on lowest common multiple. Now, I know I could multiply 4 and 6, and I would get 24. And that 24 would be a common denominator between 4 and 6. But if you remember from class, there is another multiple that for both of these numbers that's lower than 24. We could write them out, or we could just say 4, 8, 12. Oh, and I know that it goes 6, 12. So the lowest common multiple here for 4 and 6 is 12. So let's go ahead and let's start our conversions. 4 times 3 is 12. So I must multiply the denominator and the numerator by 3. So to change the fraction so that my denominator is 12. So I'm going to multiply 4 by 3 and 1 by 3. Let's do this one here. To get a denominator of 6 into the common denominator of 12, we have to multiply it by 2. But we have to multiply both the numerator and the denominator. So let's do our conversion here. So 1 times 3 is 3, 4 times 3 is 12, and 5 times 2 is 10, and 6 times 2 is 12. So therefore, we will get 3/12, 1/4 is equal to 3/12, and 5/6 is equal to 10/12. Now we can add these together. 3/12 plus 10/12, well, it is 12, so we leave those alone. 3 plus 10 is 13/12. If I'm asking you to change this into a mixed number, well, if a pizza is cut into 12 slices and I have 13, I have 1 whole and 1/12, right? So 12 gets me to 12, and then I have 13, so I have 1 more. 12, 1, and 1/12 would be my my mixed number there. Either of those answers are acceptable. Let's keep going here. 2/5 and 3/10. Let's give this a try. Well, right off the bat, I can see that 5 goes into 10. 5 goes into 10, so therefore 10 must be the lowest common multiple of 5 and 10. So we can actually leave the 3/10 alone, but in order to turn 2/5 into tenths, I have to multiply 5 by 2 and 2 by 2. So we'll change this, and it'll be 4/10, because 5 times 2 is 10. 2 times 2 is 4. 4/10 minus 3/10. There we go. Let's get a little bit bigger here. 2/5 and 4/10. This is an equal value. These two fractions, they are different, but they actually equal the same. So they actually are the same number. 4/10 minus 3/10 is 1/10. There you go. Next one, 2/6 plus 1 and 1/4. Okay, so if I have a mixed number like that, I can always change it into an improper fraction. And sometimes that will make it easier, but in this one, I can guess I don't think it would. So I'm going to leave it a mixed number. All right, so 6 and 4. Go ahead and you can solve this one on your own. You can pause. All right. 6 and 4, I think, didn't we just do a 6 and a 4? Yeah, we did. So we know that the lowest common multiple is 12. So we're going to do 6 times, oh, it just pops that in there. 6 times 2 will get us to 12, and we have to multiply the numerator as well. And 1 and 1/4, I'm going to leave this as a mixed number. 4, we're going to times that by 3. And 1, I'm also have to times by 3. And that will get us to that one. So let's go ahead and solve. 6 times 2 is 12. 2 times 2 is 4 twelfths. Plus, and then this is where I saw the mistake so many times on the test. You have to have that 1 there. That 1 really does mean something. That's a 1 whole. 1 and 3 twelfths. Okay, there we go. There's our mixed number. Okay, 4 twelfths, so 2 sixths and 4 twelfths are the same. 1 and 1/4 and 1 and 3 twelfths are also equal. And because our denominators are the same, we can add a cross. So we're going to leave that 1 alone. So we still have our 1 whole. So 4 plus 3 is 7. So we're going to have 1 whole and 7 twelfths. Very good. If that 1's too close to the 7, you can always just go in there and add another space to make them a little bit further away. Okay, 3/4 and 1/5. Well, we can write out the multiples, but on this one you will find that 4 times 5 will give you 20. And 20 is the lowest common multiple between 4 and 5. To prove that, you could count it out. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. 5 doesn't go into any of those numbers, right? 5, 10, 15, 20. So it has to be 20. We're going to convert these two fractions into a fraction with a denominator of 20. So 4 times 5, times 5 here. And let's go ahead and we also must multiply the numerator, the 3, by 5. And 1/5, we have to multiply this one by 4 times 4 in order to get it with a denominator of 20. So 3 times 5 is 15, 4 times 5 is 20. That's 15 twentieths. And we're going to subtract here 1/5. So that's going to be 1 times 4 is 4. And 5 times 4 is 20. Look, both denominators are 20ths. And let's pop an equal sign in there. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so 3/4 and 15 twentieths. These are equal numbers. I mean, the fractions look different, but they have equal value. 1/5 is the same as 4 twentieths. And now, because the denominators are the same, we can subtract. 15 minus 4 is 11 twentieths. Good job. This is what I would like to see on the test. When I write show your work, you will need to convert these fractions and show me your factor that you're multiplying them by. Oh, yippee, remember seeing this one from before? It's actually the same. It's just written in a slightly different way, seeing if you can twist your brain around to solve. Okay, 10/15 minus 2/5. What do you notice right off the bat? Pause and solve. All right, let's take a look here. 5 goes into 15. Remember what I said, whenever you look at the denominators, if they're different, the first thing you should always check, does one of the denominators multiply into another one? And if that is the case, this one, the other one, the larger number is the lowest common multiple. So we don't need to do anything to our 10/15, but we do need to switch our 2/5 into 15ths. Oh, look, this is great. We can just write with our pen here. That one's going to go here. That one's going to go there. And let's just fill that in. 10/15 stays the same. And 2/5, as we're converting it to 15ths, we have to multiply it by 3. So we're going to write times 3. It's not the whole thing times 3. It's the denominator times 3 and the numerator times 3. So 5 times 3 is 15. 2 times 3 is 6. 6/15. You see here, 2/5 and 6/15 are equal fractions. They are actually the same value. Okay, that's because we have to multiply the denominator by 3 to get to 15, which means we also have to change the numerator by 3. Here, you know what? I'll just show you something. This is good. I'll just show you when we have 5 pieces, right? And what was our fraction? It was 2/5. Okay, if we have 5 pieces on our calculator, this is 2/5. Do you agree? 2 of them are shaded out of 5. That's great. That's golden. But we want to turn it into 15ths. So now let's add another fraction here and make it out of 15. Bring that over, and you can actually see how each slice is now sliced. When we say times 3 means that we're making 1 3. Okay, so 1 of the fifths is now 3. So we can count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look, 2/5 is equal to, whoops. 2/5 is equal to 6/15. Okay, that's proof. 6/15. It works. All right, so 10/15 minus 6/15 should be easy to solve. The denominator stay the same. 10 minus 6 is 4/15. Golden. Next one. 5/6 minus 2/3. Stop. What do you see here? 3. Does it go into 6? Yes, it does. Let's pop that in here. 5/6. That stays the same. So now we're going to do our multiplication factor here. What do we have to multiply 3 by to get to 6? You guessed it. It's times 2. Times 2. So we have to multiply the 3 to 2 to get to 6, and we have to multiply the 2 by 2. This is the same on the app. If we took thirds and then we cut each third into 2 pieces, it would make it 4/6. You want to do it? Let's see what we had. We had thirds. And how many did we have? We had 2/3. Let's color these ones in red. And then let's take a look here. We are needing to turn them into sixths, so we're going to multiply by 2. That means we're doing 2 cuts. So put a 6 in there, slide that over. Boom, look, that's proof. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that true? 4/6. That's because if we see here, each of those thirds is now turning into 2. We're multiplying it so that we have 2 pieces instead of 1. And since we had 2 in the first place, it becomes 4. So 5/6 minus 4/6. We do not do anything to the sixths because that is how many pieces there are, but 5 minus 4 is 1/6. Good. Did you get that right? I hope so. Oh my goodness, look at that. 3 and 5/12 plus 1/4. Well, I don't think I'm actually going to turn this into an improper fraction because 1/4 is going to go into this nicely, I think. Let's go ahead. And since 4, pause, you guys do it on your own. Okay, since 4 goes into 12, wow, there's not so much I need to do here. So 3 and 5/12, I'm going to keep that the same. And I only need to change the 1/4. If I'm changing fourths into twelfths, what do I need to multiply the 4th by to get to 12? I need the 4. It needs to be multiplied by 3. 4 times 3 is 12. 1 times 3 is 3. And then that will get my fraction of 3/12. 3/12 is equal to 1/4. Those are equal fractions. Now, because the denominators are the same, I can subtract across. And we have 3 and 5/12 minus, oops, not minus. That's a mistake. Let me rewrite that. Look at that. Addition there. 3 and 5/12 plus 3/12. Let's pop that in, and we're going to get 5 plus 3 is 8. So 3 and 8/12. Good. 9. Oh, does 8 and 10? Nope, they don't. So there's a few different things you could do here. You can multiply them both by each other, so you can have a denominator of 80. But if you think about it, you think about your times tables, we can write out our multiples, but 8 goes into 40. I know that because 8 times 5 is 40, and 10 times 4 is 40 as well. So we can use 40 as our least common multiple. If you didn't know that, you could actually just write out the multiples. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. 10, 20, 30, 40. So you'd be able to figure that out by writing them out. Or you could just do 80, but then your fraction would be twice as high of numbers. It would be equal, but it would be correct, but it just wouldn't be the lowest one. So 5/8, let's turn them into 40ths. Bring that over. That over, and because we're going to 40, we need to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same. So 5. Okay, so we're going to do 5 times 8 is 40, 5 times 5 is 25, 25 40ths. We have here 2 tenths, we're going up to 40, so this is going to be times 4. Okay, so 2 tenths, let's go ahead, times 4, so that's going to be 40. Oops, it's going to be 8 40ths. Great. And because we have the same here, denominator of 40, we can take 25 and we can subtract 8 away. So if we're subtracting 8, the way I like to do that is I just take 5, brings it down to 20, and then 3 more, bring it down to 17. Because 8 is 5 and 3. Because I can't actually just subtract 8 from 25. So that's going to be 17 40ths. Awesome. Yay, we're done! I thought that wasn't the last one, but it is the last one. So there you go. That's a quick review. I'd like you to watch this through, maybe once, twice. Do the work along with me. A lot of these questions will be on the test. Questions like this one. So good luck, and I will see you next time.